Hello YouTube world. I'm gonna go and try for my second foray into YouTube videos and beginner's perspective on reloading. What I wanted to talk about was the versatility of the Loadmaster and probably progressive presses in general, but specifically Loadmaster only because that's what I'm running. As you can see, all I have is this little thing sticking out that is obviously, by the looks of it, not a Lee product. That is correct. You can tell by the green box that it is an RCBS, and it is a bullet puller. Well, why on earth would you need a bullet puller? Well, because mistakes happen. Little background into why I need a bullet puller boils down to a couple mistakes involving this little neat contraption right here. This is a Frankfurt Arsenal digital scale. Now, I'm not getting paid by Frankfurt Arsenal, that's just the brand it is. And what happens, when you first turn this on, it's in grams. There's 4 different units. You have grams, ounces, grains, and then I don't know what the 4th one is because I don't use it. But you have this little 50-gram caliber weight. Stick it on there. Yep, 50 grams. Well, what I stupidly did was I got these Hornady 180 grain bullets, and I started cranking these suckers out. I had the right here. I did what you're supposed to do. You put the casing on there, you zero it out, put the powder in there, and then you measure it, and then it tells you how many grains of powder you got in there. Well, it was saying something off the wall like 2.5, 3.0 grains or something like that. And I'm like, well, it actually said grams, not grains, but I thought it said grains. So what I did was I took my Pro Auto disc and I just kept putting different discs in there, the bigger holes, until this thing said the charge that I was supposed to have, which is 4.2 grains for the setup that I had, the type of powder that I'm using, it's supposed to be 4.2 grains. So it said 4.2, but it said 4.2 grams and not grains. So I start chugging along. I'm sitting here cranking out bullets, and I get ammunition. Don't want to offend anybody. Bullets, ammunition. This is a bullet. This is a bullet. This is a casing. This is ammunition. I'm cranking out ammunition. Oops, my bad. Anyway, a little rabbit trail off topic. So I'm cranking out ammunition, and I get about 80 into it. And I'm doing what you're supposed to do every 20 rounds, 10 rounds, however many, 15 rounds. I'm checking the powder, and it's still throwing 4.2, 4.3 like it's supposed to. Well, for whatever reason, I get the idea, excuse me, I zero this out and I put one of these bullets on there. Well, that didn't say 180 grains on there. I'm like, well, what is that? That's weird. So I'm sitting here staring at it, like, okay. Hit the units button. Well, that's ounces, that ain't it. Boom. 180. Uh-oh, but that's grains. And then it dawns on me, oh geez, how much powder am I putting in these things? So I check my powder, stick it on there like it's supposed to, and lo and behold, I'm got something like 8 grams of powder in there, almost double what I'm supposed to be having. By this time, my little thing right here is like full. So comes out to be, I think it was like 80 rounds that I had made. I'm like, well, crap. So I grab excuse me, this little handy dandy Frankfurt Arsenal impact hammer, which I had used before, to get some stupid mistakes that I made. And come to find out that this thing does not work. Either that or I'm using it wrong. Either way, Did not work for me. I ended up putting a dent in my table right over here, even with, I had some padding now, and I still ended up putting a dent in my table, which I don't like tearing my stuff up, especially when I'm the one that made it. So, like, I did about 2 of them. So after, extracting 2 bullets and giving myself an enormous headache, I was like, well, this ain't gonna work. So, looked up bullet pullers, came across RCBS, kind of realized that I like it, and that's what I went with. I got this. And also, on a side note, I don't know if this is true, maybe somebody can help me out, but at one point in time, from what I can gather from reading on forums and listening to videos, is that like RCBS, Lee, Dillon, whatever other companies, their dyes and whatnot were not standardized. Like they all had different, threads, so you couldn't use RCBS dyes on a Lee press, or Lee dyes on an RCBS press, or Dillon, or whoever else makes dyes. And then they eventually hired a smart marketing person and was like, hey, let's expand our customer base and start standardizing our thread so that, Lee fans can use RCBS dyes, and RCBS fans can use Lee dyes and Dillon dyes and whatever else. Smart. Anyway, so that's why I'm able to use this RCBS now. And basically, you have this little dye. You only buy this once. It's like 20-25 bucks. I forget how much it is. It's not that expensive. And then you buy these collets separately for whatever caliber you need. This is 40 caliber because that's what I messed up on. And these are like, I think less than $5. You can, for whatever caliber you need. 223, 45, 9mm, 38, 30-06. I'm sure they got them for all of them. Okay, so you take the collet, and I'm doing this one-handed, so I'm trying to, there we go. Stick the collet in there, and you take this little, I don't know what it's called. Take this little doohickey thingamajig. I'm a southern boy, so I use phrases like that. Whatchamacallit. And it just sits up in there. And see if this demonstration will go good. I'll stick the bullet, ammunition, round right there, and I'll go ahead and let that index like that, like it's supposed to. And you want this loose like that. And you'll notice that it doesn't go all the way up. The casing's not going to go in there because, for obvious reasons. And the ram is only about halfway down. That's just, it sits like that. So you take this little swing arm thing and you tighten it. Just hand tighten it down. You don't have to take a hammer and beat on it and make it more tight than it needs to be. You're not trying to squish the bullet. You're just trying to get a good firm grip on it. So the instructions say that you probably have to take this and just give it a hard swing, or even take a hammer or something like that and hit this up or hit it down to get it to break. Well, not necessarily, because watch. I'm right-handed and I'm pulling on this with my left hand, and think. Look at that. Just barely pulling on it. All I did was barely pull on it, and lo and behold, the bullet came out. So, since I'm doing this one-handed, I'm going to hold that up like that and just loosen this. Loosen that. And then the bullet comes out. Reach over here, pull this up. Sucker went back in there a little bit. Oh, come on, piece of junk. Okay, I'm gonna do that again. There we go. I don't know why it went back in there, but it did. There we go. So now you have your bullet pulled out of your casing. There's all the powder. And I'm going to dump it back in my little powder bottle. There's probably some veteran reloader that's blowing a head gasket because I did that. That's okay. Whatever works. And there you have it. It's as easy as that. Thinking outside the box saved me a lot of heartache. It saved my table from me having to beat on this thing, and saved me from getting a headache from all the noise and getting frustrated. So that is it. That's thinking outside the box, in my opinion. Well, if you like my video, please like, comment. If you want to share it, share it. I'm one of those types of people, I'm open to comments, so if you have any constructive criticism, please do share. If you just want to be mean and hateful, then whatever, I don't care. Peace out.